Welcome, Algebra 2. We are in Chapter 6, Section 6, Solving Exponential Equations and Logarithmic Equations. Solving exponential and logarithmic inequalities. You're going to start off with a little Kahoot. Now, if we were here, we would compete against each other. Instead, you'll compete online on your own. Take about 15 minutes tops. Come on back to your notes. Let's do a little review before we get into our new stuff today, and then you guys are going to practice solving exponential equations and inequalities that have not only the same base, but sometimes different bases. So our first example here, 729 to the 4x equals 81 to the x plus 1. If you recognize that you can write each of these using a power of 3, good for you. If you don't, you can always use logarithms to help find your answer. 81, there's one of them. I can use my calculator to find all these different common bases. 3 exponent 4, 3 exponent 5, 3 exponent 6. So these can be written using powers of 3. 3 to the 6th power is 729, but I already have an exponent of 4x. Equals 3 to the 4th power is 81, but I already have an exponent of x plus 1. Once you have the same base, you're allowed to drop the bases out and work simply with the exponents. 6 times 4x would be 24x. 4 times x plus 1 would be 4x plus 4 using your distributive property. Put all your x's on the same side. 24x minus 4x would be 20x equals 4. Divide by whatever's in front of the x. 4 divided by 20. Well, that'd be 1/5. Or 0.2 if you used your calculator to divide it out. But let's say you can't write them using the same base. Well, this is where we learned how to use logarithms. So we take the log of the left side. We take the log of the right side. And we learn that this exponent here goes out to the front. 2x times my log of 9 equals log of 66. Divide by log of 9 on each side. So 2x would equal log of 66 divided by log of 9. I probably want to use a calculator at this point because I don't know what that is. Log of 66, close parentheses, divided by log of 9. So 2x is about 1.9068. Take it out 3 or 4 decimal places before you round. How do you finish it? You divide by 2. Divide by 2. So x is about, I hit divide 2, 0.9534 if I am rounding to about 3 or 4 decimal places. If you want to check your work, you take that decimal, you put it here, 9 exponent parentheses 2 times, that should get us about 66. 9 exponent 2 times this should be really close to 66. Won't be exact because you're rounding. All right, so you and your group spend about 20 minutes practicing what you learned in the last class, solving exponential equations and inequalities. Treat the inequalities just like you would an equation. Don't freak out that it has a greater than or less than sign. Just pretend like it's an equal sign and keep bringing it down. Greater than, greater than, greater than, less than, less than, less than, whatever it might be. Pause your notes, come on back. Welcome to Chapter 6.6, Solving Logarithmic Equations. This is our third type in this section. It is probably, in my mind, the easiest type, although you might not agree until you've tried a few. We have to go back to what it means to be a logarithm. Log base b of x equals y means what? Well, we learned we can use our loop method. B to the y equals x. B to the y equals x. And if we keep that in mind, we can solve a logarithmic equation pretty easily. So there it is. B to the y equals x, right? Use your loop as you're starting in your basement. You pick up your exponent equals the x. Well, solve log of 5x plus 2 equals 2. We start in our basement. There's no number here. What are we going to do? Remember, common base is base 10 because we have 10 fingers. We learn to count on our fingers. So now we use the loop. 10 to the second power, 10 to the second power equals 5x plus 2. How much is 10 squared? 10 times 10? Good. Yes, it is 100. I like that. Equals 5x plus 2. Minus 2, minus 2. 100 minus 2 would be 98. Equals 5x. We divide by whatever's in front of the x to get our answer. Take your calculator. 98 divided by 5. I got 19.6. So, as always, anytime we do something new, I like to be able to check my work. What do? I take that number and put it right here. So in my calculator, to check, I go log, parentheses, 5 times 19.6 is x, plus 2. And when I hit enter, it better equal 2, otherwise I made a boo-boo. You try. Find x. Fill in your common base here and use your loop to help set it up. Hit pause, come back in a minute, see if you got it right. Welcome back. 10 to the negative 1 equals 3 minus 2x. In your calculator, 10 to the negative first power is 0.1. Minus 3, 0.1 minus 3 is negative 2.9. Then you divide by whatever's in front of the x. So negative 2 divided by, or negative 2.9 divided by negative 2. You want to check it, put it in your calculator for x, and see if you got it right. Comedian and actor Adam Sandler said, "Don't judge a book by its cover. My math textbook has a picture of someone enjoying themselves on it. I did not enjoy myself at all." I guess he's not a fan of math. Here's a little relationship algebra for you. Ever looked at your ex and wondered why? And then somebody sent me this one year. I thought this was really good. I think you'll enjoy it.
So nobody on your planet uses math? Nope, never heard of it. Okay. Say, what is math anyway? Well, okay, so let me get this straight. You guys spend all day just writing these weird, freaky symbols? Are you in a cult? No, it's for science. Math is the language of the universe. Well, apparently the universe had a stroke because this is nonsense. How did your kind achieve space travel without performing the necessary calculations? It's a rocket. You blow some stuff up and it shoots you into space. It's not that hard. Oh my God, you even write it on the wall. Like a psycho. Well, that's a whiteboard. We use it so we can teach children. You do this in front of kids?
Yep, we do this right here. All right, let's take a look. we've got log 6 plus log of 3x equals 2. What do? Well, lucky for you, they're both the same base. They're both base 10, base 10. But our first step would be writing it as one logarithm, a single logarithm. So think back to your rules for logarithms. Plus means times, minus is divide, and exponents are in the front. So we have nothing in front, no exponents to worry about, but we do have a plus sign. Plus sign tells us we're going to multiply. What are we multiplying? That times that. Log base 10, because they're both base 10. 10 fingers. 6 times 3x equals 2. Log base 10 of 6 times 3x would be 18x equals 2. Now what would you do? Well, now it's just like the last couple problems that we did. Use your loop method. We start in our basement, figure out our exponent. 10 squared equals 18x. 10 squared equals 18x. 10 squared, well, that's 100. Ooh, that was an awful 18x. My bad, huh? I made that an exponent for some reason. Ew, what's wrong with me? Divide by whatever's in front of the x. And you have your answer. Let's see. 100 divided by 18. Well, I could reduce that. 100 divided by 18, they're both even. That would be 50 out of 9. That would be one possible answer. Or if you want to divide 5.55555555555 forever. You try. Hit pause, come back when you're ready, try it out. Welcome back. We have 2 logs, no exponent here, no exponent here. I do have an exponent here, and that's okay, it's already in the right spot. So, minus. What does minus tell you to do? Minus is divide in log world. Let's take our log base 10 and our log base 10 and rewrite it as a single logarithm. Taking this here, dividing it by this here. So, 2x squared divided by 5. Now that we're in a single logarithm, I can't really simplify this any, but what I can do is use my loop method. 10 to the first power equals 2x squared divided by 5. 10 to the first is 10 equals 2x squared divided by 5. To get rid of the divide by 5, we could multiply both sides by 5. So 5 times 10 is 50. These 5's cancel, leave me 2x squared. Divide by what's in front of the x. 25 is equal to x squared. How do you solve it for x? Yes, you take the square root. Square root of 25 is positive and negative 5. There are 2 answers because you had an f squared. You and your group spend about 15 minutes or so solving logarithmic equations and inequalities. When you are done, we need to take a look at your stock project, the leaderboards. Here's what I want you to do. When you go into your stock account, the one that you made a while back with your partners, and you're going to do a little stock check for me. List the name of the stocks that your team has bought, how many shares you own, what was the price that you paid for it, what was the last price. So you might have to see what's it currently at, and then when you take the price you paid and you compare these two, if the last price is higher than what you paid, you have a profit. You made money. If you paid more and now the price is lower, well, that's called a loss. Now, you haven't actually lost any money or made any money until you sell. If you're up big, you might consider selling. If you're down and you really believe in the stock, you might consider actually buying more. You buy low, you sell high. But we take our last price minus that, and you'll you'll see whether you have a profit or a loss. There is an extra credit ed puzzle on decimals. Those deal with logarithms. See you later, guys. Bye.